Imagine standing on the edge of a vast, frozen world, mountains of ice stretching beyond the horizon. The air so sharp and cold, it steals your breath. Now imagine this, as the ice recedes. It is not only exposing rock and soil, it is revealing hidden worlds, glittering and perfect, and touched for millions of years. Deep within the glacier's melting flanks, nature has hidden treasure, crystal geodes, their interiors a kaleidoscope of color, waiting in darkness for the day they would be seen again. This is the story of how glacial meltwater is unveiling one of Earth's most breathtaking secrets, and why that beauty comes with an urgent warning. The disappearing landscape, a race against time here, is marked by extremes. In the northern reaches, where glaciers have stood for centuries, the ice is vanishing at a speed scientists once thought impossible. Towering walls of blue and white collapse into roaring torrents of meltwater. Rivers swell, carving new channels through the ice, carrying silt and stone toward the sea. From the air, the scene is mesmerizing, a living, shifting landscape that seems to breathe. But this transformation is not without cost. For researchers, each day is a double-edged sword. Every retreat of the glacier is a loss, another reminder of our planet's warming climate. And yet, within that loss lies discovery. As the ice gives way, it reveals what it has kept locked away for eons: fossils, ancient plant matter, and, in some rare cases, pockets of geological beauty, so stunning, they seem almost unreal. This year, at Rainbow Beach, the glacier has unveiled something extraordinary: geodes scattered like forgotten jewels across the newly exposed ground, each one a sealed time capsule from Earth's distant past. The geogenesis, how Earth's art is born. To truly appreciate the magnitude of this find, we must understand how a geode comes to be. Their journey begins millions, sometimes hundreds of millions of years ago. In volcanic regions, hollow bubbles of gas form within cooling lava. In sedimentary environments, cavities can develop when organic matter decays or when minerals dissolve from the surrounding rock. Over unimaginable stretches of time, water rich in minerals seeps into these hollow spaces. Inside, a slow alchemy unfolds. Silica, calcite, and other minerals crystallize layer by layer, building shimmering interiors that remain hidden beneath rough, nondescript shells. The outer surface weathers and hardens, blending seamlessly with surrounding stone. On the outside, a geode is an unremarkable rock. On the inside, it is nature's hidden art gallery. Here at Rainbow Beach, these geodes are even more remarkable. Geological evidence suggests they formed during a period of intense volcanic activity, later buried beneath layers of sediment, and finally entombed under advancing glacial ice. For millions of years, the glacier's crushing weight has preserved them in perfect stillness until now. The expedition journey to the unseen, finding them, is no simple task. The glacier's melt zones are among the most treacherous environments on Earth. The expedition team, comprising geologists, glaciologists, and seasoned explorers, must navigate a landscape that changes by the hour. Paths carved in the morning can be gone by afternoon, replaced by rushing water or fresh icefalls. The journey begins with a 2-hour snowmobile trek from the nearest research station. Heavy packs carry climbing ropes, safety harnesses, cutting tools, waterproof containers, and satellite communication devices. Drones equipped with high-resolution cameras scout the terrain, mapping potential sites where meltwater has stripped away the last layers of sediment. As they approach the meltwater channels, the team slows. Every step is deliberate. Beneath a thin crust of snow, hidden crevices can plunge hundreds of feet into the glacier's depths. The soundscape is both beautiful and unsettling: the distant crack of ice breaking, the gurgle of unseen streams, the hiss of wind against the glacier's face. The discovery, cracking open ancient secrets. First sighting is almost a trick of the light, a dull, round stone half buried in silt at the edge of a shallow pool. The water here is glacially clear, the kind of clarity that only comes from meltwater freshly released from centuries of compression. One of the geologists kneels, brushing away the sediment with gloved hands. The rock is heavier than expected, its surface rough and weathered, with faint hints of mineralization at a hairline crack. The team exchanges glances. They've found what they came for. Carefully, they free it from the surrounding gravel, cradling it as if it might break. In truth, geodes are strong, but in this unstable environment, even a small fall could damage the crystal interior. The find is placed into a padded, waterproof case. Over the next several hours, more are uncovered, some small enough to hold in one hand, others the size of a football. Each is a sealed mystery. Back at the field lab, anticipation builds. The air hums with the sound of a diamond-bladed saw as the first geode is cut open. The rough shell parts to reveal an explosion of color: amethyst crystals, the shade of twilight, quartz so clear it seems invisible, and delicate sprays of calcite that sparkle like frost. Light catches on every facet, sending tiny rainbows across the workbench. Even the most experienced geologists are momentarily silent, humbled by the beauty of something that has waited millions of years for its debut. Beyond the ice, scientific significance, but beauty is only part of the story. These geodes are more than ornamental, they are scientific time capsules. Their crystal layers can be studied to reconstruct ancient geochemical conditions. Trace elements within the crystals can reveal the composition of mineral-rich waters that once flowed through these landscapes. Even tiny inclusions, microscopic pockets of trapped water or gas, can hold samples of Earth's ancient atmosphere. For climate scientists, these finds offer rare insight into how the planet's systems have shifted over vast timescales. For geologists, they are a chance to understand the interplay between volcanic activity, sedimentary processes, and glaciation in creating and preserving such treasures. And for biologists, there is intrigue in the possibility of microbial life sealed inside organisms that may have evolved in total isolation, surviving in mineral-rich microenvironments. The fragile future. Yet, there is a sobering truth. The very forces revealing these wonders are also signs of deep ecological distress. Without climate change, these geodes might never have been found, but without climate change, the glaciers that protected them would not be disappearing. As the ice retreats, it opens windows into the past, but it also erases the very conditions that made such preservation possible. The team knows that their time here is short. Heavy snowfall in winter could bury these sites again. A sudden warm spell could flood them beyond reach. And even if the geodes are recovered, the landscapes that held them are vanishing before our eyes. As the sun dips low, casting a golden glow across Rainbow Beach, the glacier's face reflects the last light of day. In the research tent, the geodes rest on soft cloth, their crystalline interiors gleaming under lamplight. Each one is a fragment of Earth's deep history, a reminder that our planet is full of hidden marvels, waiting in silence until the right moment to be revealed. But the message is clear: these moments are fleeting. For every wonder uncovered by melting ice, countless others are lost before we ever know they exist. The geodes of Rainbow Beach are both a gift and a warning, a testament to the beauty of our planet and to the fragility of the forces that shape it. And so we are left with the question, as the ice continues to recede, what else lies hidden, waiting for the right moment or the wrong one to emerge? In the far reaches of the world, where jagged mountains plunge into icy waters, nature is rewriting its own story. Here, in the fjords carved by ancient ice, glaciers are melting at a pace unseen in recorded history. They retreat, revealing raw stone faces and hidden beaches untouched by human hands. Among these new shorelines lies Rainbow Beach, a place shimmering with crystal secrets, and deeper inland, the echoes of a bygone era whisper from forgotten mines, where rare gems still lie in the dark. This is a journey through melting ice, gleaming treasure, and the remnants of Earth's deep past. From the air, the fjords are a vision of contrasts: slate-gray cliffs plunging into jade-green water, ribbons of meltwater spilling from the high ice fields above. These landscapes were born in the last ice age, sculpted by glaciers that ground their way to the sea over millennia. Now, those same glaciers are shrinking, their retreat measured in meters each year. In summer, the meltwater roars down in torrents, carrying with it fragments of ancient rock, ground fine by the glacier's relentless pressure. These waters fan out into the fjord, turning the surface milky turquoise. For scientists and explorers, the change is bittersweet. It's a loss of something eternal, yet it's also an unveiling, a revealing of land and stone that no human eyes have ever seen. One such reveal came here at Rainbow Beach. Until only a decade ago, this crescent of pale sand was buried beneath a curtain of ice. As the glacier withdrew, sunlight touched it for the first time in centuries, and with it came a glimmer, tiny flashes among the stones that hinted at something remarkable. At first glance, Rainbow Beach could be mistaken for any stretch of pebbled shore, but step closer and the truth begins to reveal itself. Among the ordinary stones lie fragments of crystal quartz, calcite, and amethyst washed free by glacial streams. Some are no larger than a fingernail, catching the light like drops of frozen water. Others are larger, their facets sharp, their colors deep and pure. The local geology tells the story. Millions of years ago, volcanic activity created cavities within the bedrock. Over time, mineral-rich waters seeped in, crystallizing into shimmering interiors. When the glaciers advanced, they swallowed these crystal pockets whole, sealing them in ice. Now, with the melt, they are spilling back into the light. The exploration team at Rainbow Beach uses both patience and precision. Many crystals are simply lying in the open, carried by streams from higher slopes. Others are still trapped in their geode shells, which must be carefully split to reveal their interiors. Under the midday sun, the scene is surreal. Crystals scattered across the sand like stars fallen from the night sky. But the beach's treasures are only part of the story. The same geological forces that created these crystals have also shaped the interior mountains, where human history left another layer of mystery. Abandoned mines. The mines were carved in an age when human ambition reached deep into the earth for its rarest treasures. These tunnels once rang with the sound of pickaxes and the voices of miners, drawn by the promise of precious stones and metals. Over time, richer deposits elsewhere lured them away, leaving the shafts to fall silent. Now, the entrances are half hidden by moss and brush, their timbers weathered, their interiors cool and damp. It's in these forgotten spaces that rare gems still lie. Some veins of tourmaline and beryl remain untouched. In certain chambers, water seeps through the rock, depositing thin layers of mineral over decades, adding new growth to crystals already centuries old. Exploring these mines is dangerous work. The tunnels are unstable, and oxygen levels can drop in the deeper reaches. The expedition team moves with caution, helmets, lights, and sensors at the ready. In some places, the darkness is absolute, broken only when a flashlight beam catches the glint of crystal in the rock. Both the fjord glaciers and the forgotten mines hold more than just beauty, they are archives of Earth's history. The crystals from Rainbow Beach are geological storytellers, recording the mineral composition and temperature of the waters that formed them. The gems deep in the mines reveal the ancient pressures and heat that shaped the mountains themselves. Some samples contain microscopic inclusions, tiny bubbles of water or gas trapped during crystal growth. These inclusions are time capsules, preserving the chemical signature of ancient environments. Studying them can reveal changes in Earth's atmosphere, clues about volcanic activity, and even hints about the planet's earliest life. The melting glaciers add urgency to this research. Every summer of retreat exposes new sites, but also erases others. Rock faces crumble, caves flood, and minerals are washed into the sea before they can be studied. The mines, too, are vulnerable to time. Without maintenance, they collapse, sealing their treasures forever. For the people who work in these environments, scientists, explorers, and conservationists, there's a shared understanding. These discoveries are gifts, but they come at a cost. The crystals of Rainbow Beach are revealed because the glaciers are dying. The mines are accessible now only because nature has begun to reclaim them. The question becomes not just what we can find, but how we can protect what remains. Some areas have been designated as protected geological sites, where collecting is limited to research purposes. Others are being mapped and documented before they vanish beneath landslides or rising seas. In the fjords, efforts are underway to slow glacial loss. though the forces at work are global and immense. For the mines, preservation means both physical reinforcement and the careful cataloging of their contents, so their secrets can be shared even if the tunnels collapse. There is a magnetic pull to places like these, a mix of mystery, danger, and beauty. Standing on Rainbow Beach, with the fjord's waters lapping at your feet and the cry of seabirds echoing overhead, it's easy to forget that this view did not exist a generation ago. Deep in the mines, the quiet is absolute, the air cool and mineral-scented, the walls shimmering in your headlamp's beam. Each crystal, each gem, is a fragment of the Earth's memory. They remind us that the planet is not static, it is alive, shifting, and changing, often in ways we cannot predict. And in that change, it offers glimpses into its own history, gifts we must choose to treat with reverence. The melting glaciers. In the fjords, the crystal secrets of Rainbow Beach, the rare gems in forgotten mines, they are all chapters in the same story. A story of beauty forged in fire and ice, hidden for ages, and revealed in a moment of transformation. Beneath the retreating ice, along the hidden beaches, deep in the abandoned veins of stone, the earth speaks. It tells us of its past, of forces beyond our imagining, beauty that defies time. But it also warns us, these wonders are fleeting. What we find today may be gone tomorrow, and so we journey just to witness, but to remember.